What's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute. Finally, got my stuff settled here at my new place. I've had my stuff settled for a while. I just haven't been able to clean off my workbench area. I have a full workbench now. That's that's great. That's fantastic. Um, I'll show you guys probably in a later video. It's still a mess. I'm still trying to organize some stuff, but I could show you guys a little bit of it, I guess. I think, yeah. But yeah, I'll go more in depth later on. But for right now, I guess I'm going to show you guys um, all the builds that I've been working on in like the past. What has it been? Since June. It's been a minute. But I'm back. You guys are probably tired of me saying that. But yeah, I just keep losing interest and coming back, building a bunch of stuff, losing interest again. But now with school, it makes stuff a lot more difficult. But yeah, anyways, that's enough of me. Time to show some custom builds that I've been working on. This one I just started a few hours ago. It's a 2017 4th gen, obviously. Um, it's going to be a pretty basic truck. These aren't the wheels that are going to be on it, obviously. It's just a placeholder. Yeah, it's a 1500 4th gen bed on a 2500 chassis with a 3500 cab. So yeah, should be a pretty clean looking truck once it's done. Oops. But yeah, anyways, next up is the 2002. It's not really focusing very well. The 2002 LB7. Sorry if I sound sick. I've been sick for like the past month or so bear with me. But yeah, this is a 2002 LB7. It will have a detailed motor. Not as detailed as the L-Bell, obviously. Probably about the same detail as like the LOI or the LBZ I'm about to show you guys. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. It's just the block and then the alternator. So that's where that's at. It was glued in to the frame, but it fell off, so yeah. I do have less room in this truck in the engine bay than I do with the Auto Worlds, but yeah. I got this truck from a model kit, if I can get it on the frame, but got this from a model kit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it was the Revel, Kevin Van Dam's Silverado. Maybe if I get a side shot of it, maybe. Yeah, that's what that was. I've been getting some model kits too. Haven't really worked on them, but yeah. I'm gonna go grab the hood so you guys can see what color it's gonna be. I mean, you can kind of see. I've been painting it, but yeah, I'll be right back. So I gotta be careful because I just sprayed the clear coat, but that's what it's gonna be. Here, let me show it on this side so I can sit down. Yeah, it's the GM Emerald Green. You guys saw this on the LOY. Yeah, I think it's turned out pretty well. I like the clear coat. Like I like how the clear coat actually turned out well. I learned that Testers, Rust-Oleum, and Duplicolor, it's all the same brand. Um, so you can use cheaper clear coat on the Duplicolor and the primer, and it works out well. Because some primers don't work with some paints, obviously. If you've done paint and bodywork and stuff, then you know. But yeah, I'm really happy with this color. I really hope it turns out well on the cab or truck, I guess. You guys can see I was working on. Oh, move that out of the way. You guys can see I was working on the fender flares on it. Back ones are not going well, but don't look at those right now. Just look at the front ones. That turned out great. Obviously, I got to get in primer and then put a layer of putty over it, or over the areas that don't look good. I'm hoping to do a better job on this than I did with the LBZ. Yeah, it's got cab lights. Yes, I use toothpicks. I don't really care. It has the shape that I needed, so yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's the color. I don't know. I just really like that color. It looks a lot better now that I put the clear coat on it, obviously. And I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but before when I was painting, I didn't have a temperature controlled room where I was painting, but now I technically do. You guys can see there's barely fisheye on there, but the bed on that has some fisheyeing. It's not bad, but yeah. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move on to that truck. I gotta put this back, so I'll be right back. Before I move on, I kind of forgot about something that I got recently that I'm actually happy that I got. I believe this is a newer DCP casting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, it is a DCP. It's a Ford LTL. I'm not too familiar with semi trucks, obviously. When I was showing the 359 that I have, the Peterbilt, I was saying some random number. I don't remember what it was. It was not the right number. But yeah. It's a pretty nice tractor. It's got Cummins. I believe that's Cummins. It's painted in that industrial tan color, so you can see like the oil and stuff. But yeah, that's that. Pretty happy. It also came with a Wilson grain trailer. It's just a hopper trailer. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Anyways, next up, we've got the 2022 GMC Denali L5P. It's got a long ass name to it, but it's an L5P. It's going to be lifted. Obviously, it's this gray color. It's the same color as the crew cab OBS that I did a while back. If you guys remember that. The paint didn't turn out great on this thing, so I'm going to end up stripping it and repainting it. Where was it? Well, all around you can see it's got like air pockets and stuff. It's just not the best. Oh, you can see right there. That one's pretty bad. The fender on this side had a hair in it or whatever. So Definitely cannot use that when it looks like that. So it's going to get a detailed frame, and it's going to have some parts. Oh, shoot. I forgot to show you guys. The one thing I was really excited about for the LB7, kind of off track, but get out of there. But this is a set of stocks for the LB7 from my buddy Nick Customs over on Instagram. Ooh, I just dropped it. But yeah, it's a set of GM 2500 stocks, and yeah, it's pretty nice. You'll see I got another set of his wheels and tires on that truck, but yeah, almost forgot to show you all that. I'll link his Instagram down in the description if I remember. Yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This is wheels and tires and the bumper for the L5P. I got it from 164 Custom Farm Toys on Instagram. That's probably wrong, but I'll try to find his Instagram and link it down below as well, so you guys can order from him. Pretty high quality, I guess. I don't want to say high quality because there was some flaws. Like those wheels had, it was like broken in some spots, so I had to glue it and stuff. But yeah, you get what you pay for. These are like $10 for a set, so pretty cheap. The tires are actually rubber. They're like a rubber resin. So yeah, pretty nice. Anyways, moving on to the better builds, I guess. This pretty much looks the same as it did before, except I stripped the paint off the cab and the hood because it looked like dog shit. Yeah, the bed turned out immaculate. I know I probably said that in the last video. But yeah, what has changed is I finally detailed the frame. Kind of, sort of. Still need to finish the exhaust, but you know, the frame is sort of detailed. You can see it's supposed to be a matte paint, but it didn't turn out that way, so whatever. As you can see, it's got a detailed, here, I'm going to take the bed off. It's got a detailed 7.3 IDI in it. Of course, this is an 89 brick nose, but yeah, it's got a 7.3 IDI, so it's not the Power Stroke, but it is the diesel. Ford had, I believe, 2 different IDI motors. One of them was the 6.9 in the bullnose Fords, and then you got the 7.3, which was in the brick nose. Yeah, it's pretty detailed. You can't really see it on camera very well. It looks a lot better in person. If the matte paint didn't turn out so glossy, then it would have looked better, but I don't know. It happens. But I'll paint some stuff in there, you know, to make it look a little bit better. But yeah, hoping that the cab and the hood actually turn out good, because this might be my best build out of, I think, all my builds that I've, you know, ever done. If the paint turns out like the bed, because the paint on the bed is just immaculate. even though I said earlier it's got some fisheye, which can't really see on camera, but you might be able to. Oh, on this side it's a little bit worse, but yeah. Fender flares actually look good, or not fender flares, but the dually fenders actually look good on this. They're obviously Portland car lover fender dually fenders. Yeah, I actually filled in the gaps. I don't know why people don't fill in the gaps. Maybe it's because the fiberglass fenders on the real thing have gaps, but you don't see it when it's to the scale. And the ones when you just glue them on, it's a huge gap. So anyways, moving right along, we've got the 79. Obviously it's a 79 because of the grill. It's got the square headlights. It is a freewheeling F250. Don't mind the badge, it still says F150. But this is a pretty nice truck. I'm pretty happy with it. It was a basic build, I'm gonna be honest. It was just a lift. I did put a different grill on it, so it was like a 72, 73 grill. But I swapped it out for this grill because I like 79. I like the 79s more because they just look better. I've had this truck for a while. Just decided to finally do something with it because I've always liked the freewheeling design on it, and it just resembles the 70s and 80s pretty well, in my opinion. And obviously it's got Portland car lover mirrors, and then these are some more of Nick's wheels and tires. Don't mind that the back wheels have the locking hubs on it. Just don't look at it. He didn't come up with a full set, so they're all locking hubs until recently. So yeah, back hubs, when you order a set, I believe you're gonna get the correct fronts and the correct rears for it. So yeah, yep, there's that. It's a pretty basic truck, like I said. Anyways, so moving on to this, you saw this in the previous video, but it is finally, I guess, done. There's probably things I would change on it, but yeah, it's it's a simple 2007 LBZ Duramax. Yeah, not much really to say about it. It does have a detailed motor in it. The hood doesn't like to stay up very much, so I'm gonna try my best. I'm pretty sure I showed this in the last video, but just to show you guys again, that's the detailed LBZ. It's got a painted interior. It's got the wheels from the guy I was talking about earlier. And then another cool thing about this is it's got 2014 or 2015 rear bumper. That works pretty good on this. You just got to file down the rear bumper on the frame. Then you just kind of glue it on there, call it good. And obviously the tailgate still drops down all the way. So that's pretty nice. And the last thing that this truck has is, it's going to be hard to show y'all, but it's got a detailed or somewhat detailed IFS lift on it. You don't see the front drive shaft, but whatever. It's got a somewhat detailed IFS lift. No torsion bar details yet, and no traction bars, but that's what I mean by it is almost done. Yeah, pretty basic truck. Nothing to write home about. Not the best paint job, but I didn't want it to be the best paint job, I guess. You can see the fender flares didn't turn out well either, but oh well. Yeah, pretty happy with this truck. I've got more Duramaxes in the works, obviously. I've got another L5P, but that's the generation before that, or the body style before that. I've got an LB7 single cab long bed, which I guess I could show you guys this. Kind of dumb I didn't set it out, but oh well. I've got, so these beds are from Nick. He mostly did the designing on it. I did some of it, not very much, like at all. But some of my designs will be coming out with his stuff pretty soon, I'm hoping. We've got to figure some stuff out though. Yeah. So this is obviously a dually bed. It's got some imperfections in it. They're going to be pretty easy to fill in and then sand, obviously. Just basic body work that you got to do to it. I also figured out if you want to make a extended cab dually using one of his beds, you can use the Ertl OBS frame or the Ertl GMC frame. Just cut some parts off of it. Obviously, I still got to do more work to it, but yeah. This truck is probably going to be a LOI or an LBZ. Just a stock truck, completely stock. Hoping to get proper tow mirrors for it. This is obviously the blue truck. I'm going to redo the fender flares on the front. Yeah, that's pretty much this truck. It's just going to be a basic tow pig. Yeah, nothing much to say about it. And then next up is going to be something that's going to be a little bit more built. Still need to find a frame for it because I don't have one. But this is a 2004 LB7 Duramax. So I'm going to have every Duramax of every body style is what the goal is, but yeah. So this is going to be obviously an LB7. Tonneau cover I got off of a 68, 69 Chevy long box. So threw that on there. Fits perfectly. Yeah. So with the beds, obviously you got the dually. This one's with the fender flares. Still got to do some body work to it. You can see right there, it's got the indent with the body line for some reason. But yeah, just fill it in and sand it, and then you're good. And then there's one without the fender flares. If you want to do like a 1500 single cab long box or something, like a work truck, then you can do that. But yeah. Yep. So that is, I think, everything that I have to show you guys for this video. If y'all got any questions about stuff, make sure to leave it in the comments. I'm going to try to link as many people's stuff as I can that I mentioned in this video. Yeah. That's all I got really for you guys tonight. I'm probably going to go to bed because I'm tired and I got school tomorrow. So hope y'all have a good night. Um, yeah. Talk to you guys later.